Hi everyone, I'm Alaya F and I'm on HealthShots and I'm going to be talking about all things health, fitness and happiness and everything in between. Very late actually, much later than people actually think I started yoga because in the first lockdown, I remember on my feed on Instagram, I used to see all these people doing these really cool yoga things. I had never done yoga in my life. I've always been relatively flexible. And I have very little regard for my own personal safety. So I was like, I think I can do it. I'm just going to try it. So I tried it in many ways and I uploaded these cool things. And back then in each post, I would write that I don't know yoga. I'm just attempting cool poses that I am seeing. So don't do it this way or any of that because I don't know what I'm doing. And that went on for quite a while until in the second lockdown, I was stuck in Goa at that point because nothing was happening in Bombay and that was like a really hard, sad time. And, second lockdown was really, really hard on a lot of people. And I was in yoga and I was in Goa and I was like, maybe I should actually start doing yoga during this period. And I met a wonderful teacher that was also Goa based at that point. And we started training together and it was just amazing and it just took off. And so since the second lockdown is when I've been doing yoga consistently. But when I go into shoots and all of that, I've not been very good about carrying the practice with me and actually being diligent even when I'm working. But I think I need to start incorporating that also into my life. It has slowly become a bigger and bigger part of my life. Also, it's about you have to decide what your goal is going into it. Yoga can be exactly what you need it to be. Like when I started yoga in the second lockdown, I remember it was after I put on my first lockdown weight because that time you're fully trapped and all of that. And I was like, I need to just get all this off. I need to find a form of exercise. And I met my yoga teacher and I looked at her and I was like, I'm going to be very straightforward. Don't want to do any inner peace, meditation, all of that. All of that's fine. I'll figure it out in other ways. I said, what I want to do is I want a really killer workout. I said, give me a killer workout within yoga. And she was like, okay. And that's exactly what we did. And now it's reached a point where at the start of every class, we'll discuss how I'm feeling, what we feel like doing, whether it's a more stretchy day, whether it's a more, just flow with it, whether it's a more light day, whether we want to really burn today. So based on that, we just decide what we want to do and we flow with that. And I do my yoga without any fan, without any AC in this hot humidity. So you'll end up sweating buckets. So you also feel really fresh after it. So yoga is an intense workout if you want it to be. It can be a very calming practice if you want it to be. It can be absolutely anything you want it to be. And that's the beauty of it. And you won't know it until you actually start it and get into it and decide what you like. So, okay, in a lot of ways, yoga, I like to start my day with it whenever I can. So it gives me the energy for the day and all of that. But more than that, honestly, for me, what I love about yoga is I always discover new things that I can do that I never knew my body could do. It gives me an opportunity to push myself, to challenge myself, to know that I started at a certain level and now my leg reaches here. All these little milestones is what I love about it. I love that I can challenge myself, that I can compete with older versions of myself that could only do so much. I love that. I love the fact that you can constantly grow, constantly learn. There's always something new. And also at the same time, you're doing something that's really wholesome for your whole body. Do it under the supervision of a trained professional because you have one body, you have to take care of it nicely. Don't be reckless, even though I am usually quite reckless. But now that I have wonderful people to guide me, I now realize the correct way to do things. So do it with a trained professional. Take it step by step. Don't be impatient with yourself because it will be one random day where you surprise yourself and you'll just be able to do it. So just be patient, keep with the practice and do it with people that you resonate with. Yeah, I got quite lucky in the sense that I for how little I actually take care of my, I'm one of those people, see, this is why I can do things like lifts and all very nicely in dance. Because like, I'm not bothered. I'm like, just throw my body. It'll come, you'll catch me, I won't fall. Like, there's this inherent just faith, it'll just be okay. Luckily for me, what I've realized what works for me is that I know how to fall out of things. Somehow, I think it was either the gymnastics that I used to do or whatever it was, but I know the correct way to fall out of something. Now, that's usually where people get very stuck. That is where most of the injury will happen. When you fall out of something wrong and you're not able to, fall correctly, or you land on something you're not supposed to land on. Because I know how to fall, firstly, there's a lot less fear in my head. And secondly, I know that I'll never get injured that badly, at least till now, touch wood. I feel like if you just listen to your body will tell you how far it wants to go. So anytime I feel like I'm really overdoing it, I'll be like, okay, fine, that's it. Honestly, anything. See, I like top one overall is inversions when I'm ulta. And because no matter how many times you do it, it's always that surprise factor to it. There'll be days where it surprises you badly, where you can do a headstand 99% of the time, but that day your balance is fully off. Or there'll be a day where you can suddenly do something totally new in it and you'll feel so strong that you'll be able to do crazy things with your legs while you're upside down. I love the surprise element of it and the unpredictability and also the possibility with it. So anything upside down is amazing. But other than that, honestly, anything, it's always something new. It's always like a new challenge. See, once I get something, then after that, it's not as exciting. Then it's like, oh yeah, that whole thing, of course. And then I can just do it. So I feel like anytime I'm doing something new for the first time, that's my favorite. Until I find something else that then excites me. So it's always just new.